Hi, welcome to Truth with Tal and Isaac. I'm Tal.
I'm Isaac.
Episode number 62 coming at you tonight. Jason Kelsey, center for the Eagles.
Okay, go on.
Okay, tonight we're going to do a quick recap of NBA playoffs round 1. Round 2, you heard it here first about the skinny. And we're going to do an NFL draft recap.
Okay.
Sound good?
Yeah.
Off the top, Tigers. Man, they suck.
Keep it moving. We're going
Keep it
tomorrow.
moving.
That's all we have to say.
Okay, we're going
to
to
the game.
Yep. NHL Playoffs start tonight. All the Toronto fans in the world can start planning the parade because they scored one goal in the first period. They're up 1-0. Right? Well, parade.
True story.
Where do we start? Mississauga? Your true story. Neighbor just told us. Toronto, Tampa, tough first round matchup. We'll see what happens.
I don't care. You don't either.
I don't care. Shout out to Uncle Phil. Uncle Phil, he's a big fan of the show.
Uncle Phil also?
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Yeah, shout out
big
my
shout
boy.
out to Uncle Phil. Yep. Shout out to Wimbledon for banning the Russians and the Belarusians. Don't start wars. Then you get to do whatever you want to do. That's all I got for off the top. You've been criticizing me too much for too much off the top.
Well, you usually have stupid stuff.
I have some stupid stuff.
My
sometimes.
off the top. Go watch The Northman, people. Just so sick. I talked about it a lot. It's so cool. I think I might go tomorrow after the game. It's so cool.
After the game, like at midnight?
10:30.
10:30?
If time works, yeah.
Okay.
It's summer. Summer Isaac. Exams are done.
Summer Isaac.
Exams done.
True.
Good
Yeah,
job.
but then
We
you got
did
to be
it.
grown up in a week.
Yeah, I got a week.
Yeah, got a week. He's going to be grown up. We'll talk about that next week's show.
Okay.
East first.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Okay, Miami, Philly. You're the Jimmy guy.
Wait, so are we...
Isaac, Jimmy Butler, Chudner.
Thank you. Shouldn't we talk about the first round and then we'll talk about the predictions?
Yes. We have prearranged to have some discussion about stock is up and stock is down. Would you like to venture into that discussion?
Yes.
Perfect.
So for hashtag for the people, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about, instead of talking about the first round, like we already did our series predictions and talked about that, now we'll do stock up, stock down, which is what I'm calling it. I think I'm the first person to come up with this idea, where you get a series of people or a person whose stock is up after the first round, and then a series whose stock is down.
It's the first person doing a podcast today in Windsor on Charlevoix to think of that idea.
This evening.
This evening.
Yes,
What, today?
fact.
This evening?
That
Oh,
is
you
a
mean
fact.
it could have happened earlier today?
Someone might have done it earlier.
Okay, so this evening.
This evening.
Got it.
So I'll start with my... Do you want to do stock? We'll do stock...
One at a time. Just go. That's
Stock
the way
up
to
or
do it.
stock down first? Let's be negative first.
Let's be negative first.
Okay, stock down, D-Mitch / Gobert.
I've got that as a stock down as well. The question is, what do you do? Who do they keep?
I think you keep Mitch or you send both off and you just get the Thunder, the OKC Thunder, where you just get picks, right? You read the headline. Gobert said, the report is Gobert wants him or Mitchell out.
Really?
Oh, you didn't see this? And
No, I
then
did not
Gobert was
see
like,
this.
people just making stuff up. I like croissants or something like that, he tweeted. The croissant part I made up.
Was this today?
Yeah, this morning, the headline was Gobert wants him or Mitch out. And then a few hours later, quite a while later, Gobert
Okay. Interesting.
disputed
I was
it.
jammed with meetings today. I have no idea
So
what's
was
going on.
I. I was, yeah.
Jammed. Okay. Stock down for sure.
Okay, what else?
Stock down. Super teams.
Well put. Go ahead.
You're too dependent on older guys that break down, and you don't have enough depth because you spend all your money on 2 or 3 guys.
So top heavy.
Top heavy. Exactly.
So I'll actually...
And actually, I put 3 teams. Lakers and Nets are the 2 obvious ones.
Clippers?
Nope.
Hawks?
Although it could be the Clippers. I didn't think of those guys. The Bulls wanted to be a super team, but what they did is they just went to be like a super okay team.
Super okay team. Well,
Yes.
that's a good take.
Yeah,
That's
good
really
take.
what they are, because I was going to say
They're
they're
a
not
super okay team. They wanted to have 3 top 20 players, and what they did is they have 4 players between 30 and 60.
Yes, actually. Yeah, they
Yep.
went all in to win a game. That's your take.
Super okay team.
So stock down, segue, KD and Kyrie. Obviously the whole super team idea, but they both played horribly for the vast majority of series, especially Kevin Durant.
I actually don't have KD as a stock down.
His stock is
He
down.
did not.
He played
Okay, yes, I
horribly.
guess you're right.
Jason Tatum owns him now.
Theoretically, because he was Netflix and huge, but he's lost $20 a share. So
And
he's
Disney Plus is like the Timberwolves. Like, they're coming.
Yes.
Couple weeks.
Yep, you're
So
right.
yeah, KD, Kyrie, I hate you guys.
Ben Simmons. Can you be stock down if you're already living in the basement?
I didn't actually put him because I think like
I put him.
no one is buying his stock.
No, I have a thought on Simmons. When he was in college, he bailed, right? Like he played a few games, then he stopped playing.
At LSU, yeah. And then he
Yes.
had academic issues, right?
Yep. His first couple of years in Philly, they were tanking. Oh, hey, you're playing okay. Why don't you take 4 months off because we need to get a high draft pick? Oh, hey, why don't you take another 3 months off? He's never had to be full on. and he's surrounded by his sycophants.
He doesn't have that many supporters, I don't think.
He's got his sycophants are
his what do they call it? His camp. His camp is just some delusional.
Sycophants is the word of the day.
Okay, I think Berserker. I'm just going to use that one again.
That's
Berserker. Those who didn't listen to the last episode,
you should.
Berserker is just when someone is like crazy, either crazy good or crazy bad. Ben Simmons, Berserker. Negative though.
Negative Berserker.
Trae Young, Berserker suck. Trae Young sucks.
Yeah,
I hate Trae
Young. No defense. Here's the thing about Trae. Yeah, he can score in buckets, but if you get the ball out of his hands or you make him shoot tough threes like Miami did, then there you go. Shows how little impact he has net. He still has an impact on the game offensively. He does. But when you take away his negative impact defensively, not so much.
Yeah, Trae Young, Miami completely owned him in the Hawks. So Trae Young down. What else you got?
Yep. I've got stock up. Bigs that can switch.
We're on stock up. Whoa, we're on stock up?
Oh, still doing stock down. I've got a couple more. I've got one more stock down.
Yeah. I'll go. Karl Anthony Towns. I hate Karl Anthony Towns as well. Like I talked about him last episode. Towns I have down. Another one. Jackson Hayes, Royce O'Neal. These guys just played dirty the whole first round where they just took out guys and got ejected, I think, a couple times. I hate those two guys now. Aaron Gordon, stock down. Not really his fault. He was the second best player on the team and was bad.
He can't be. He can be the fourth best player on the team.
Yeah. Do you have one?
Doc Rivers, stock down.
Yes. Yeah, to a point. Actually, the whole defending himself, you didn't have to do that, dude.
Yeah, don't say it.
Was he not voted top 15 coaches in NBA history? I think he was on that list. So
really?
He might have been. He might have been. Ask the producer. All I'm saying is he's in that discussion.
No, he was not. Dale just told me he wasn't.
Okay.
But thanks, Dale.
Doc Rivers, you don't have to plead your case and write a whole 5-point thesis essay
Say
as to why you're good. Shut up, dude.
Yeah.
Say we're focusing on Miami.
Yep.
Next, move on.
Okay.
Another one.
I have no more stock down.
Coaches calling timeouts. We saw like 38-0 runs.
Oh my gosh.
And then they're like, I'll just keep playing, boys. I hate that. So that's
awful.
So stock down is coaches calling timeouts.
Yep.
Okay, stock up. Hit me.
Okay. 3-point shooters. Specifically, the dudes from Golden State. So much fun to watch. Even though they're going to miss some shots, here's the deal. With Curry, you have to jump at him. You have to guard at him. Two guys have to jump at him. Then it just dishes it over to Clay. Clay maybe does a pump fake, or maybe pops it over to Poole. Poole pops it back to Clay. Does a pump fake, wide open three. Game. Golden State is going to be very tough to win. Listen, Memphis had 7,800 foul shots.
7,801.
7,801.
Yeah.
Draymond Green fouled out on what in the 1980s likely wouldn't have even been a foul.
I hate that so much. NBA rigged.
But 3-point shooters, and obviously the Dubs have 3 of the best that are in the playoffs still.
Yeah.
This Miami's got a couple guys.
Yeah.
Milwaukee's got a couple guys. We'll talk about that a little bit later on.
Let me hit on that. Dallas Mavs supporting team, right? Maxi Kleba, Dorian Finney-Smith, Reggie Bullock. Obviously, Jalen Brunson, he's kind of elevated. He's not really a role player anymore.
Yep.
Because he's going to make, $20 million a year, $25 million a year. Probably 25-ish, right? Jalen Brunson in the offseason? Like we talked about that, I think around there.
Yeah, I'm going to say 22.
Either way, Dallas Mavs stepped up. The supporting team. Obviously, we know how crazy Luke is, and I'm really looking forward to tonight watching Mavs Suns. Like, that game starts at 10.
Yep.
You're gonna be catching the end of it when you wake up for work in the morning.
Pretty much.
I'm really looking forward to watching Luka versus Booker and Paul. Like the Suns.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
We'll talk about that later.
Yes.
Okay,
Jumping ahead.
Anthony Edwards. I love Ant-Man.
Oh, he's gonna be so much fun to watch.
I'm
glad the Pistons do not have to go against him very often in terms of competitiveness.
2028 NBA Finals.
I feel bad just because I want to see him more.
Yeah, and you're always asleep when he plays.
Yes. No, Minnesota's not so bad.
No, and I'm just so sold on Anthony Edwards as like that
I hope
guy.
In Minnesota they love him as much as they do, or they should.
Well, yeah, I think he's their Cade. He's the guy that's going to bring their team to franchise playoff glory.
Get rid of Cat.
Because he's going to want money that a number 1 option wants, and he's like a number 3 option, in my opinion. So, okay, What else? Stock up.
Bigs that can switch and stay with guards.
Talking about DeAndre Ayton?
Ayton,
love Ayton.
Giannis, Jared Jackson. Like, they're all good defenders. I know you're not on the Bam train anymore, but he's a pretty good defender.
No, I like Bam.
He can switch and stay with guards. But look at those 4 big guys who, again, back in the day were all...
Not Steven Adams? Not a big Steven Adams guy?
I like Steven Adams. He's the strongest guy in the NBA.
Just gets no run now.
But no, in playoffs, not the way it goes.
Stock up, Pat Bev, MVP chance for Minnesota. Love Pat Bev. I am on the Pat Bev train.
That's good.
Jason Tatum, we talked about him. Like, he's that guy now.
He's that guy now.
Especially, like, owned KD for 4 games. Unbelievable.
It's impressive.
Do you have any more? I have a good last one.
I do have Jimmy a stock up.
Yeah. I've been saying this for the past whatever long.
He's starting to get some
episodes.
national rep, like
He
national
won't.
press.
No. He'll.
Yeah, he is.
They're just talking about Embiid, how his face is broke.
remember that article on SI about a week or so ago? That was really good.
Yeah, I love Jimmy.
It was good.
I love Jimmy so much. So
That's
proud
it
of
for
you,
stock
Jim.
up, stock down.
Okay, I've got a really good one to move on. Is the Protestors? We didn't really talk about this. Okay, stock up.
Stock up.
Oh, so high. It's so high. Like, the protest cults are like, dude, look at us. Like, everyone's talking about us. We're on the game. Okay, so we've got...
What about the security guard?
Okay, security guard stock is stupid high.
Oh my
right
God.
now. So
the security guard got drafted.
Let's fill in the people. Yeah, 6th round pick. Let's fill in the people. So there's 3 sets of protesters. Basically, the Minnesota Timberwolves owner, like, I don't know, kills chickens
I think
a
he
lot.
has sex with chickens.
It's got to
I
be
know that's
something
inappropriate.
really... No,
I disagree with it, but he has sex with chickens.
It has to be something so
and then
bad.
slaughters them and makes a lot of eggs.
It has to be so bad because people are going nuts. It's not like he's just killing chickens. He's doing... You're right. Maybe he's like... Do you remember the Human Centipede, that freaky movie? Where you like sew people together to make him chicken centipede? They're doing something...
Could be.
Goofy.
Yeah, bad stuff.
So basically, these chicken people...
Who are like rich white chicks.
Yes.
Yeah.
3 different times, like, protested in very interesting ways. First time was maybe the best. They glued their like palms
to the floor.
On the floor.
But they didn't do it quickly enough, so the glue didn't get the opportunity to stick.
But the handprint was still there for the rest of the game. So you
that's
can look at the
awesome.
broadcast, and it's like, is that a hand? And then what happened, Pat Bev, my man, was close to the protest, the glue lady. So he went over, like, is she okay? And it's like, oh, this chick is, like, gluing her hand. And then security came, and it took, like, 7 people to drag her out. So there's that one. Then the next one, you weren't up for this.
No.
Chaining themselves to the hoop. So creative.
Yeah, but it was twist ties.
Okay, well, and which are like cutters. They need bolt cutters.
Oh, twist ties are very difficult to get out of.
Underrated twist ties.
Yeah, we should get some.
Then there was these 2 fans who were sitting courtside. Not sure how the chicken cult bought courtside tickets. One of them stormed on the court to center court before they could do anything.
But it was during a play, like it was a critical time of the game.
It's like in the middle. Sorry, it was in the middle. It wasn't during the timeout. Middle of the game, dudes are on the court.
It was like an offensive rebound. They were spreading the ball around
before
to the other side of the court.
Could do anything. The security guard, who was reading them like a book, jumped over the first row and just such a textbook form tackle, drove her to the ground. It was revealed she was wearing a ref's uniform, so people thought she was going to eject the Timberwolves owner. Like, that was her grand scheme, like a Bond villain.
But the tackle was, if you have not seen the replay, just go Minnesota fans.
Just look at the protesters. I'm
and
anti...
if you're not sure, Minnesota fan security guard.
I'm anti-chicken sex, but
yes, we are anti-chicken
sex. And I'm
sex.
probably pro-protesters. It's so funny. As a sheer I love it. But I don't want it
But here's the thing.
Anarchy.
What's going to happen next? Like, you're talking the United States of America.
Well, you're going to just start shooting people?
Bombs!
Yeah, probably. I don't know if the chicken people can make bombs.
They'll just... Yeah, they probably won't. They're probably against bombs, but they'll, like, do some type of thing to disrupt the game.
They're going to roid up some chicken.
A paint bomb or something.
Chicken super soldier.
Chicken super soldier.
Yeah, that's my take.
Yeah.
All right, second round. What do you got? You want to start with the East or with the West?
Let's go East. Miami, Philly.
All right, let's do it. With 13. Okay, so, obviously, Embiid... you just got to get this out of the way. He's out games 1 and 2 minimum, potentially more. My prediction comes back game 3 with the mask. Your prediction?
I think he comes back game 3 with the mask, and they win that game.
Yeah, in Philly.
In Philly. Miami wins game 4, then they're down 3-1.
I think Miami wins 2 at home. I'm nervous. I am...
Oh, listen, if Philly steals one of these 2 games...
It's going 7.
Then... Yeah, it's going 7. It's going to be a real series. But I don't think that's the case. I think Miami wins the first 2. Philly comes back. Mask. Game 3. Heat come back in game 4. Boom, and then they win at home in game 5.
I predicted Heat in 6. I watched some of the opening bit of the game 1 tonight. I am nervous. I am nervous as a Heat supporter. No Lowry. People aren't talking about that one, but no quarterback for the Miami Heat. The Heat are dinged up. Jimmy's dinged up in like 6 different places. Martin's dinged up. Hero's dinged up. And Tucker's dinged up. They've got a lot of guys that were questionable going in. And obviously,
They do.
questionable means like you're going to play, but you're not probable, is what questionable is these days. Mm-hmm. It's important for Miami to take care of business at home with no Embiid. Like you said, they have to win tonight, and they have to win Wednesday night.
Yeah. Listen, without Embiid, really Miami should win. Their defensive intensity will be too tough. Hero and Jimmy will just take them on. They'll be the difference here. Bam should get a lot of good looks on offense. He hasn't been great offensively for a little while.
Nope. Hasn't been great offensively for 2 years. But
does PJ guard Harden?
Yeah, he was checking Harden.
Okay, I like that.
I also really like that. I don't know how things will change, but they want to have. I think they want to have Tucker on Harden and then Bam on Embiid. So for pick and rolls, they can comfortably switch those.
Yep.
Whereas if you were to put Jimmy on Harden, Jimmy can hold his own against a center, but you don't want to have Jimmy guarding Embiid. So
Correct.
I think that's their thinking there.
I agree
actually
too.
talked to Spo, and that's actually was his thinking. He told me.
Actually, stock up should be Spo.
No one talks about Spo, and I don't want to just be the Heat truther.
He was top 15 all time.
Deservingly so.
Deservingly so. Okay.
Just last over under 2.5 times, Embiid emphatically rips his mask off in game 3/game 4, whatever his first game back is, to complain at the refs. So in the first game back,
Taking over for fun.
2.5.
Absolutely.
That's on camera that we see saying, okay, check.
Yep. For fun.
Okay, what's your number then? I think it's 2 or 3. I don't think.
Like my over-under would be 4.5.
Really?
Yeah, it's going to happen so much. It's going to be uncomfortable. He's going to sweat. Now it's going to be foul, timeout's called. He rips it off and barks at the refs on the way out. So it's going to be a lot of that.
Okay.
So he's not going to do it after a defensive rebound.
He might and be like, oh my face! Like he might do that. Harden, like we talked about, Harden and Maxey, if they steal a game in Miami, then I'm really officially nervous.
Yep.
But the perimeter defense is very entertaining with what Miami does. And Spo versus Doc, 2 really good coaches. One of them who's
really good and one of them who's not.
One of them who really likes to explain themselves when people make fun of him.
Yeah, Isaiah Thomas used to just take Doc Rivers to school in the 80s.
When he was with Atlanta?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. That's nice.
That's nice.
Okay, do you want to...
Bucks and Celtics, or you want to pop out west for a minute?
Pop out west for a minute.
Yeah, let's take a drive out west.
Yeah, let's take a
Actually,
drive.
let's fly. It's quicker.
Cool.
Yeah. Do you have to wear a mask on planes anymore?
I don't know. Are you anti-mask?
No. Wait a sec. Do we want to talk about your trip?
Later. If we have time, we will.
Ooh, it's a fun trip.
Yes, it is. It will be very fun.
Cousin. Good.
Shout out Cousin Noah.
Cousin Noah, what's up? Suns and Mavericks. It's just fun to see Luka in the playoffs. He's one of those guys who it's worth the money to go pay and see, right? Guys like Ja, Curry, Ant-Man. Yeah, he's now, like, he's not there yet because he just doesn't have the national attention. But next year, it'll be like, whoa, man, this guy's awesome. Great matchup of Luka, Bridges, Brunson, Bullock, Finney-Smith. Are they going to have the same success? No, they will not, because the Suns can actually play perimeter D. You've been on the Booker train for a while.
I
always thought he was really good.
Yeah, I bought in.
He's a superstar.
That's semantics. What's a superstar?
A superstar is top 6 or 7 players in the NBA, and he's there.
This year? Yeah, I think so. And then off team success, I factor in, right?
Yep, great offensively, obviously. Scored at all 3 levels, and he plays tough D.
Thank you for mentioning that. He plays defense.
Yep.
For a while, when it was just him and, like, whoever, like, who did they have a few years ago? And it was just Booker running around, and they just sucked. Booker, it's tough to play defense when your team is terrible, and he's the only half-decent player. He welcomes switching on to Luka. He will welcome switching on to Luka tonight.
For sure.
And I respect that. Same with Tatum.
Yep. I hope Chris Paul does not get injured, but I worry about it happening. And I'm allowed to say it in a nice way, so it's not like a karma thing.
You want to see Paul healthy.
I do want to see Paul healthy.
Yeah, so do I. For the West, like, yeah, would it be fun?
Golden State and the Suns in the next round would be awesome to see. That's what, I'm predicting.
We've been saying Golden State and Suns, like most NBA folk,
since October.
Since the opening day of the NBA.
Yeah, I think one of our fans is outside the door, but we're not going to let her in.
Correct. Dog is outside. Do you have anything else on Suns Mavs?
Ayton. I cannot see the Suns letting him go. I know they're going to have to pay
I don't even
max, and they're going to have to go into luxury
massive
tax.
luxury tax, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know who the Phoenix owner is, but do they want to spend the money? Like, it's Bridges is close to the max, Booker is maxed, Paul is stupid maxed, and then you're paying, I think, like, Cameron Payne is making decent money. Jay Crowder isn't making much. Maybe
I think he's doing okay. I bet she's $10 million.
I think he is. I think he signed 3 for $30 a couple years ago.
Okay.
That's pretty good memory. I just remember that because he left Miami. I was upset. But we got PJ Tuck aside.
Yeah.
I think the Suns. I said Suns in 5. I gave Luka 1. Well, you have 2, right?
Suns in 5.
All right.
For our YouTube followers, they were just able to see Suns in 5 circled. For those of people that are just listening in on our partners via audio, I just held up my paper. Who would our partners be via audio?
Spotify sponsors us.
Yes.
Apple Podcast sponsors us. Google Podcast sponsors us.
Can you show me how Google Podcast works? I've never downloaded one of those episodes.
It's like a standard podcasting service, but we appreciate this.
We appreciate the support, Google. I'll give you some more love.
Okay.
Okay.
Anything else for that series?
Nope. Going back to Boston and Milwaukee.
What a super entertaining,
tough
game
defensive series.
You got to watch some of it.
I was doing a fair amount of stuff.
So, my stuff that day was watching this game. This game was so much fun to watch. Look, Giannis, best player on the planet. I've been saying this again since the finals. People got
Last year,
stupid.
he convinced us to say, okay, I need to accept the fact that he's not a traditional superstar, but man, he just makes plays to win. And he tries so hard.
Every single time, every possession, both sides. So hard.
Yeah.
You were stupid, like many others, and thought, maybe Kevin Durant's the best player. No, Giannis is the best player. Offensively, defensively, he's the best player on the planet. I've been saying this for a long time.
Okay.
Coach Rob agrees. So, Giannis.
Coach Rob knows.
Giannis so good. Al Horford held his own. Just putting that out there. Like, Al Horford was the main body guarding him.
It's so funny. Al Horford in Oklahoma was a water boy.
OKC.
Yeah.
Well, so Chris Paul, remember, they were trying to tank, and then Chris Paul was like, I don't really want to tank. Right? And then they ended up where Chris Paul left. So, Marcus Smart. Spend a minute on Marcus Dumb. So you don't really know because you weren't watching.
Correct.
So Marcus Smart faked a shoulder dislocation. Maybe it wasn't intentional, but that's what he did. If you were watching the game, you know I was so confused. He did the whole Kelly Olynyk, Kevin Love grabbing the shoulder, run to the locker room. Looked like shoulder dislocation.
Listen, that's happened to me.
Yeah.
It's a lot of pain. Actually, Isaac was there.
I was there. Yeah, I didn't want to compare it to the Tal Trutner shoulder dislocation.
That was pretty
loud.
gruesome.
So, no.
You should just say how the phone call went. Mom.
No, like, Mom, everything's okay, but, like, Dad's shoulder's, like, off or something.
Dad's shoulder's pointed in the wrong direction. We're going to the hospital.
So,
I didn't drive. Junior drove. Thanks, Junior.
Thanks, Junior. So, Marcus Smart. Shoulder dislocation. Turns out he just had to poop at halftime.
Yep. I texted you a poop emoji.
I made the poop part up, but his shoulder seemed to be fine. Thigh bruises, hip bruises. That's what my Celtics insider Colin said. And he thinks it was because he's hitting the ground so much that his legs were all just bruised up. And he couldn't really walk at the end of the game. And that's what Colin thinks. And I actually think he might be right. Because the way Marcus Smart limped to the locker room, walked like the Tin Man with no oil to the locker room. So I just don't really like all that stuff. Like, ice it up and you're okay. Drew Holiday, also, he's just as good of a defender as Marcus Smart. Putting that out there.
He's right there. So your enemy's enemy is your friend. Right? That's one of the old historical quotes.
All right.
So, Brooklyn was our enemy. Still is our enemy, really.
I hate them.
Boston became our friend because of their association. Well, Boston's still our enemy. So, in this case, Boston is actually Russia.
Like Putin?
No. No. Post-World War II. Russia.
Oh, okay.
Because Germany is Brooklyn. But now, they're done.
Hitler's gone.
So now we're like, wait a sec. We don't like Russia.
So then who is Milwaukee?
Oh, Milwaukee's like...
Not the U.S.
Australia.
Okay.
Yeah, they're nice. Commonwealth country, some good folks.
Good folks.
Yeah.
Middleton injury obviously is very big. Bobby Portis, he's a great fill-in starter.
Oh, man, he's going to get a lot of money this year. Or next year.
Whenever he signed for very cheap in Milwaukee for maybe 1 or 2 years. So he'll get some money.
I thought it was like 1 year, $8 million or something.
It was something
very small.
close to that. Javon Carter, Pat Connaughton I think they're like 6th and 7th men. They shouldn't be getting run. Like, I know obviously rotation is... Javon Carter is bad. Pat Connaughton is okay if his three's going in.
Pat Connaughton's okay. Grayson Allen has been actually pretty decent.
That's why I didn't diss Grayson Allen because he's been great. He's a punk. Derek White. Derek White was so bad. Derek White is this guy the Celtics gave him a fair amount for. Derek White sucked. Like, Peyton Pritchard was 17 times better than him. So Derek White's going to lose some rotation, I think. Yep. Tatum sucked in game 1. Brown sucked in game 1. Actually, Brown was horrible.
Brown was terrible.
Brown turned it over. Like, when he got the ball, he either missed a shot or turned it over.
Can you explain to me why Tatum is not guarding Giannis?
He can't.
So Horford is? I just didn't think Horford could stay with him, but I guess he is.
It's a series of bodies. Tatum rarely matched up on Giannis. I think twice. And once.
I mean, Tatum stepped up and guarded KD and did a good job with it.
I think it's just
obviously
because
they're different players.
The sheer strength. Tatum is a very strong guy, but Giannis will bully him. Like
True.
When Ben Simmons guarded Giannis, there's a couple times where Giannis would back him down and just bully him. So you have to put a big body, and I think Al Horford is the best guy to put on him. Obviously, you throw lots of different looks at him. You throw lots of doubles. They blitz. Boston actually did a pretty good job on Giannis. Like Giannis was inefficient, but he's just so good.
Okay.
That's what I got there.
What do you have? How do you have the series going?
I said Celtics in 6.
I forgot Bucks in 6.
Really?
Yeah, I had
the Celtics are really good, dude.
I know they are, but Giannis is going to say, "We will win."
Yeah, and in his nice Greek accent.
Yeah. Pardon me, Boston, but we will win.
I want to win. I want to win another championship.
Yeah, I like one for myself, for my family.
One he needs in Greece, and then he can live with one.
Yes, one in Greece, one here.
So
in Milwaukee.
I think I would love
the cheese is so nice in Wisconsin.
Boston's going to win the series. I'm not going to overact that much to game 1.
We'll see.
Yeah, well, we will see. Dummy.
Okay. Let's fly back to the West.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spirit Airlines, good deal. Golden State, Memphis, great series. Lots of star power, exciting plays. Memphis has never been there, and it showed in the Game 1 loss. Right? We were watching it. It was close, back and forth. Here's the deal. How many fouls? 7,801?
Yeah,
I was off by one, sorry. They kicked out Draymond Green for next to nothing. Again, in the 80s.
Okay, it was
a foul.
It was
a foul. And
it was a flagrant one.
Probably a flagrant one.
It was a flagrant one.
Man, if Draymond's green, if he's going to... Basically, his line is, if they're going to kick me out for that, then he's going to freaking rape people on the floor. Right? Because...
The chickens.
What's that? The chickens. He's going to bring out the
They're
chickens.
so lucky they don't play Minnesota.
He's going to bring out the chickens and shove them up Aiton's butthole. And then, you going to kick me out? There you go. Kick me out for that. And then I'll go on his podcast and talk about it, which is awesome.
He dropped a pod like 2 hours after the game. Seriously, like he must
Did you listen to it?
No, not yet. I actually will, because I'm looking forward to see if he goes off. Because can you get fined for that? Like, it's not a post-game press conference. So is he able to just say the refs were horrible? Like, I'm curious.
I bet you he is. I bet you he's allowed to say that.
It should be fair game.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Just imagine how few minutes Rick Mahorn and Bill Laimbeer would have played in today's NBA.
They wouldn't have been players. They would just get ejected.
Yeah, it would have been like the guy they bring off the bench who's the 9th guy, used up your 6 fouls in 4 minutes.
Thanasis
kicked out.
Antetokounmpo. Be like that.
Yes, exactly.
He'd check in and just get 4 fouls in 2 minutes, and then, sit for a few, come back in, and then foul up.
Yeah. So, listen, Memphis made some mental mistakes at the end. The Warriors played smart, even though they missed some shots they would normally make. Klay Thompson missed 2 big free throws.
Came back.
But Golden State still won. So, this is going to be hard for Memphis to come back from.
I said Warriors in 5. What'd you say? I think you said Warriors in 6.
Man, I said Warriors in 5. Why are you copying off
me? You
me?
Totally said Warriors in 6.
It's hard to see, but I circled it again.
You're right, dude.
Warriors in 5.
Let me see.
You're right. Sorry. I don't know.
Dude, you said Warriors in 7.
Okay, I changed my mind. That was days ago. When was that?
Yesterday.
Okay, yesterday what time?
The tight game. 12:26.
Okay,
you're such a fraud.
That's 32 hours later. I did this.
You just got exposed.
When I got home from work, as I was finishing up my sandwich. Good sandwich. It was actually one of our top 5 sandwiches from Top 5 Sandwich.
I need to eat after.
You got to eat. You got a good sandwich, and you got that
ramen.
That ramen in a bag stuff.
Ramen in a bag. Respect.
Respect.
What else you got?
New death lineup. Obviously tough to stop. You just need big guys that are going to dominate down low to beat Golden State, and not many teams have that.
Dude, Gary Payton was so good. He's playing the power forward, and he's 6 foot tall. Man, big Gary Payton guy.
And they say he's the tallest 6'3" guy in history.
And he's not.
And I don't think he's 6'3".
He's not a 6'3"
Listen,
man.
9 months ago, he was going to be the video guy for Golden State.
Seriously, right?
Yes,
like, actually.
seriously.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else, NBA?
No.
Go NBA, go playoffs.
Great. These are 4 awesome series.
4 awesome
series. The fact that I think Suns Mavs might be the one I care about least is crazy because I love Luka. And the
And
Suns are
much
so
fun to
good.
watch. Yep.
So that's just unbelievable.
But
Great job, NBA.
Yeah, good job, NBA.
They rigged it good this time.
Yep. NFL draft thoughts. What's your grade for the Lions?
Or we're doing grades? I'll give them a flat A.
Oh, I give them a B plus.
Bruh. Okay, go ahead.
This is a future draft, right? Like Goff's gonna be like, oh, good, I got a new tight end and a sweet wide receiver. Oh, wait a sec, they can't play until like November. Oh, that's not so good.
If that, yeah.
They're both gonna be limited this year, but they're both gonna be studs, especially Williams. Obviously, it worked out perfectly with Hutch, and so glad it fell to that. You called that a long time ago. You thought Tibbs was going to be the first overall, and the Lions are going to fall.
The
Hutch
take,
is gonna
if
fall.
we just like change my take or just leave some information out and say, I want the Lions to pick at 2 so they can pick Hutchinson.
Yep.
That was what I said. Like I said, I thought Tibbs was going 1, but that take held up. I also just want to put this out there. I would not have hated Tibbs at 2. If they said the name Kayvon Thibodeau at 2, I wouldn't have been that mad.
If Hutch was still there, would you have hated it?
No, I wouldn't have hated it.
Okay.
If
I
they
would have
said
been
Trayvon
upset.
Walker 1 and Kayvon Thibodeau 2, I would have been like, okay. I trust Brett Holmes.
Fair enough. Lots of pressure on Goff this year, obviously, but I don't think he has the stones to be really good. Lions are going to win 5 games. That's okay. They'll draft 4th or 5th overall. Hopefully they can get a good quarterback, right? They've got Young, they got Shroud. There's a dude from Miami I think is pretty good.
There's a new Tagovailoa, isn't there?
Oh, the guy from Clemson.
Tua's got a brother, I think.
Oh, no, he's not good. He plays at like Rutgers or Maryland or
I
something.
thought he was good.
No, he's a running quarterback. He's not very good.
Ooh, I want him though. I like the Tuas.
Okay, you can draft him as your 5th round as your like slash guy like Kendall Stewart.
Okay, let's talk about the trade up.
Trade up? Guts, man. So we were going nuts because when we heard the trade up, we thought they were going to trade up for Hamilton.
I'll just say, I really, really wanted Hamilton at 12, and I still do want Hamilton at 12.
The Ravens got him at like 14. Does that sound right?
14. The Ravens had an excellent draft.
Hamilton, Linderbaum,
And then they got Ojabo at 45.
Jabo at 2nd round. They got some guys.
But we're not there yet. So, yeah, I wanted Hamilton.
So they still have no linebackers, and that's okay, right? They're just building blocks. Next year, they're going to draft a quarterback. They're going to draft a linebacker. And they're probably going to need another DB. And then they'll be close to the playoffs.
So Jameson Williams is awesome.
Yes, he's going to be spectacular. I saw some of his his returns.
He's stupid good.
Like one of every 4 returns, he ran it all the way.
I think that's pretty close to being accurate.
Crazy.
So I had
it's like Forrest Gump
if Williams
at Alabama.
JMO was at Bama, was he not?
Exactly.
So it's Forrest Gump.
Yes.
JMO, look, I think if he's healthy, he's probably the first receiver off the board.
Forrest is white.
Stop, dude.
Okay. I wasn't sure if you knew that.
So Jameson Williams, very little contact with the Lions pre-draft. Basically, he said he was flattered that they got him. It showed that he was wanted.
He's probably not going to design a lot of plays for them.
Okay, so we're going to talk about that right now. So those who have listened to
So
him
the mustache
talk,
thingy and how he talks, he's not the most well-spoken young man I've ever seen. But listen, we don't need him to draw plays. We don't need him to sign contracts. We need him to catch balls. We need him to block. We need him to return some kicks, maybe. What do you got?
I did some research, and I went on my burner Twitter, and I reached out to the Alabama fans. Because
What's your burner Twitter's name?
I'm not that's not how burners work, dude.
Just tell me. I won't tell anybody.
No, I don't do anything bad on it. I'm very active on sports.
Are you Kevin Durant?
I am Kevin Durant. No, but I follow a bunch of Detroit accounts and some Miami accounts, and I'm super active. Made a lot of friends. Made some enemies. A lot of friends though. Okay. So I reached out to Alabama Twitter, and I just was wondering. I wanted to hear from the Bama fans, because Jameson Williams, those who don't know, looked like he wanted to die when the Lions picked him. He showed zero energy. He was just super, super quiet. And we were kind of afraid. And then we saw an interview with some Lions rep, and he just barely could speak. Actually, it was unbelievable.
Yeah.
So I reached out. Bama fans, I'm a Lions fan and have a question. Jameson's interview after the Lions picked him seemed a bit off. He showed no emotion and honestly seemed pissed off the Lions took him. Thoughts? Does he have an attitude issue? Thanks, guys. Right? So I'm making friends.
So did you tag Bama fans?
No, I responded to a Bama, because this was right after, and I'm like,
Got it.
Bama's going to see this and help me out.
Okay.
At first, a little bit, But then he went down and celebrated with Lions fans and looked ecstatic. That's a fact.
I saw that. It's true.
He seemed upset, especially knowing the Eagles had just made a move up and Detroit stole him. That had to hurt. So the Eagles apparently traded up, wanting to go receiver. They ended up getting their guy in A.J. Brown after really pulling for A.J. Brown. But people think that the Eagles wanted him, and he would rather go to Philly, I guess. Then another one. This guy's Serge Ibaka. Here's his profile picture, but he's a Bama fan. He's a super quiet kid, so can seem like that sometimes, but definitely no attitude issues. Okay. So you heard it there first from this guy.
So a fake Serge Ibaka fan from Alabama.
If he listens, appreciate you, Serge.
Yeah. Let's just talk for a second. The median IQ in Alabama is about 72.
They're all racist or incestful, right? Like, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Lots of them. The crackers for sure.
Sorry about that. Then another one. This I didn't think about.
Sorry about that.
He wanted to be picked above the OSU guys, right? Okay. Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave.
And Wilson, yep.
Because he used to be there, so he was pissed that they went first.
Oh, that's right. He did used to be there, but then they weren't loving him.
Again.
So he transferred to Bama and was a rock star.
This is from Brandon. Thank you, Brandon.
Thanks, Brandon.
So I got all this intel, and then I said, he just had a formal sit-down interview with the Lions media person. Super, super quiet, very chill vibe, kind of I don't care vibe. Y'all saying he's just a low-key dude. So I followed up with my guys. From Serge again. Yeah, just doesn't seem to love to talk much. You can see when he plays how much he cares. I think he's going to be special.
Okay.
So I am not worried, and neither should you.
Okay, that's
Thank
good.
you for that.
That's good intel. Thanks, Brandon. Love you.
So I'm just saying, I was like...
Okay, you heard it here first.
I got it.
Brandon and Serge Ibaka on the truth.
I got the information for you guys, and it's okay.
Okay, good.
What else do you have about the Lions?
Very nice. I don't know. That's it.
All right, I got a
few other points.
Okay, I made a really good friend at Staples.
Okay.
Really nice man. Talked to him for about 30 seconds. He's wearing a Lions hat the day after the draft.
Cool.
So I had to say, dude, what are we thinking? He wanted Jordan Davis at 12. Really wanted Jordan Davis. That's the big fella.
Oh,
Jordan.
yeah.
I actually wanted Hamilton.
He went about 14 or 15 or something like that.
Didn't Philly get him at 14? Or no, 14 was Baltimore. I think he went 13 or 15 and 16, in that range. I wanted Hamilton first. I actually thought there was a really good chance they took Willis at 12. Glad that didn't happen because he fell a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Fell a lot. Josh Pascal, the Kentucky guy. Good value. He plays all over the place from what I understand.
So I do have another point.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Lions for drafting somebody from historically black college university, HBCU.
Wow, look at you. You're right. I thought you were going to say they got some guy from Oklahoma State, Cade Cunningham, and Barry Sanders alum. So I thought that was what you're... Yeah, but well done. Kirby Joseph, safety, Illinois. People really like him. People really, really like this guy.
Look like they got some guys.
Then they got the tight end who's injured. They got Malcolm Rodriguez, linebacker. I think he's the Oakland State guy, who's just small and fast and jacked. So he'll be fun if he plays. Special
teams for sure. You always need those guys.
And then they got a couple guys pretty late. Lions have a lot of building blocks for the future.
A lot of people gave the Lions A-minuses, some solid A's.
My boss, who's a Patriots fan, as soon as they came in, loved the Lions draft. So I'm like, thanks, boss.
Patriots picked a third-round guy in the first round.
Cole Strange. Shout out Cole. He's a big Doctor Strange guy. Ready for Thursday. Big movie. Okay. Really excited for that.
Good job.
I trust Brad Holmes.
So everybody's loaded up on wide receivers. It's good because the Lions are actually in pretty decent shape when you include Amonte Brown and who's the guy DJ Chark? DJ Chark? Chark? Like shark in Spanish? Chark?
Like Clark with an H instead of an L.
Got it. And our man from Alabama. So they've got some guys. And fourth wide receiver, Quintus
Cephas, yeah.
Yeah, I like Cephas.
I'm cool with the Lions.
Stock down on tight ends, running backs, and quarterbacks, though, eh?
Especially quarterbacks. That's unbelievable. Wow. I just don't understand, why not take a flyer on Willis at 46?
That was surprising.
N'Kobe Dean, don't really get his deal. I don't want to hear the injury. I don't want to hear the injury crap. Because if
there's got to be something else. I'm assuming there's got to be. Ask your Bama fans what. Oh no,
he's Georgia.
I'll have some Georgia guys.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna talk to Georgia.
Herschel Walker.
I'll make it happen for you. Probably not. Maybe fake Herschel Walker. Twitter.
A real Herschel Walker thinks he's gonna be president. So
that's all right. It's fine.
No, he's actually a lunatic, and he molests girls. And
far right or far left?
Far right.
Okay.
Yeah, not good.
So that's my Lions. I have no more thoughts on Lions. I'm really happy with what they did.
Yeah, me too. Green Bay did not pick a wide receiver again in the first round. Funny. They picked a fast guy who's got no proven production, so I'm sure Rodgers is just in some temple like taking some chemicals.
Dude, you're watching, Moon Knight. He's doing some Moon Knight Khonshu in the Egypt pyramid stuff. By the way, Moon Knight is awesome.
Moon Knight, I was a little slow warming up to. The last one was good. It explained a little bit more for me, and I appreciated it. I needed more action. Actually, you called that one.
Yeah, I said it was happening. So anything else? I'm going to Phoenix this weekend. Cousin Noah, real quick. UFC, baseball, watching some ball with some new friends that we'll probably make. It's going to be a good time.
Okay. Perfect.
Summer. And Doctor Strange is Thursday. Doctor Strange is going to be sick.
I've set you up for a lot of successful road trips. I expect the tradition to continue, even if I'm not there.
It's a plane trip, but it's still eligible.
Still a road trip.
Yeah, it's going to be sick. It's going to be great. We're gonna be good.
Awesome.
All stops will be fine. Don't worry about us.
Oh, you'll be fine. You'll be smart.
We're
it's all
fine.
good. It's all good.
It's all good.
Okay, peace out, everybody.
See you guys. Go Heat.